Peace, meaning positive energy, always creates elevation, reflections. Let us gather. Here today. Peace to the gods and goddesses of planet Kai. Peace, meaning positive energy, always creates elevation. Welcome in. Y'all please spread the word. Let them know we are live. We are live. We are here tonight. Yesterday we was having technical difficulties. But we're not going to live in the past. We're not going to live in the past. We're going to smoke good. I'm feeling great. You hear me? I know y'all feeling great out there. Spread the word. Let them know we live for this night class. Welcome in. Welcome in. Today we're going to have the camera face this way, y'all. I want to show y'all the PowerPoint. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm already rolled up. I already been getting gassy. So today we're doing it different. We gonna have the camera facing this way so that you can see what's going on the screen. Welcome in. Welcome to class. Welcome in. Welcome in. Cherise. Welcome in. So y'all, we at 60. Let's get in class to talk about the real history of Africa. We getting deep. We was trying to get deep last night, but you know, they was playing with this man-made weather they got. And cherries be on point. If you gonna roll up, go ahead, roll up. I done already rolled up and smoked. I couldn't wait today. I was smoking on the way to class. Couldn't help myself. I had the window down. I was doing 83 on my way here to the university. I was getting gassy. I was getting gassy the whole way. You hear me? Do you hear me? These cherries going crazy over here. I'm trying to tell y'all. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. I see y'all walking in here. Today we back and see. When we was talking last night, I'm glad that happened. Because today we just going to put it actually on a tablet so you can actually see what I see. So when we talk about Africa today, it's imperative that we start off with showing you these 9 worlds that come from Norse mythology. So if you're wondering what this is on the board, on the chalkboard, take a good look at that. Before we start class, take a good look at this. I see y'all walking in. Welcome to class. I'm gonna wait till we get to like at least 300 people, then I'm gonna start talking. And I'm closing the doors. Hopefully you caught this live. If not, I'm sure you'll catch the replay. And get the 300, we gone. We at 222 right now. Y'all hit the forum, let them know we live. Tell them get their ass in class. Tell them get their ass in class. How you feeling? How you feeling? Oh, we over 300. We finna take off. Welcome to class. I see y'all in here. The doors are open.
Never been no bunch of people that niggas wanna eat up me. It's funny cause them same ones who ain't believing me. Cardi ain't changed through the tips, keep her beeping me. And ain't time she tried me, she treat me like an eater really. There was a punchline, Mike Tyson ain't down. Never sell my soul, dumb it down, funny stuff mine. But I'm with you, fuck yeah, I love it when we 6'9". Then my jail time, man, going out like 6'9". That confinement, don't think it can be fine. The struggle could never hurt me. Just motivate or inspire. Mentally, I'm a lion. Intended doing the sign. They study my diction, making the words could never define them. My algorithm's different. They speaking about going viral. They show these niggas love, cause then they start feeling entitled. All you need is God, but you gon' find it reliable. And yes, I'ma start now to predict my arrival. I will never fear no oppressor.
Welcome to class.
My ancestors, yeah, had broke 7 flows, you know how we go. For that bread, I go Peter, they know how we roll. Just like strippers, you gon' always catch me down that pole. Barbie slow, you challenge me, yo, that's gon' get exposed. Just like strippers, you gon' always catch me down that pole. Barbie slow, you challenge me, yo, that's gon' get exposed. The course is fucked up when they let me shine, bro. I don't rap, steady, give you good guys out. The course is fucked up when they let me shine, bro. I don't rap, it's that God talk.
Welcome in. Welcome in. I see y'all walking in. I see y'all walking in. Welcome in. Hey, babe, pause that for me. Thank you. You hand me that water, please, too? All right, but yeah. So, welcome in. Welcome to class. I see y'all in here. We at 500 live viewers right now and climbing rapidly. Thank you. And climbing rapidly. Yesterday we was interrupted, but today we gonna keep it moving. We ain't let nothing stop us from getting this download out today. I don't care what's going on. Nothing stopping us from getting this download out, period. It must come out. All right? So it's a good thing that we took our time because I see we at 800 now to know. Like I said, I see the numbers growing. Everybody starting to get in here, as you know. Everybody catching up, so that's a good thing for those of you who went and reached out and let your fellow guys and goddesses know that class was about to start. I appreciate you for reflections. Excuse me. All right, I miss y'all like I always do. Y'all know I miss y'all. We got a good one today. We diving into Africa. We had started to dive into it yesterday, but it's cool. We'll start off. We're gonna start from scratch. Make it make sense to everybody who listening. Now, before I roll into this lecture, it's imperative that I open it up with the right spiritual energy. So first, let me start by, sending peace to the elders, those 65 and older in the university. I'm sending peace to my peers, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and definitely to those 21 and under. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time we get in here, we gather. Like I say, some lectures we gonna joke, we gonna kick it. Some lectures we gonna really get deep. This one of those deep ones. So, I mean, we get deep at every lecture, but some lectures it has to go. They will have a more serious tone, just because we wanna make sense of everything. You know, a lot has been put out there about Mother Africa, or so it's called. So, you want to smoke? Go ahead, roll that thing up. You drink. Do whatever you got to do. Ain't today Friday? What's today, man? Today Friday?
Thursday.
Oh, today Thursday. Okay, so damn. See, I told y'all I don't keep up with the days. Today Thursday. Down here on this planet, in this matrix, on their Gregorian calendar. We know we in 2012 in reverse. All right. So all is being revealed because it must come down. This is all part of the Kundalini energy rising. Okay? This is all a part of the Kundalini energy rising. Many of you been emailing me about the weather. How it's been crazy all over the planet, but it's war right now. It's spiritual warfare. Like, so you have two different sides playing with the weather. You have us and you have them. Just like with the magic. You have us sending spells, they sending spells. Okay? Just like you have the rest of you all, the gods and goddesses who are, you know, you all are waking up and putting your own vibratory footprint on the Akashic records of this planet. Okay? Of this planet. Of Kai. Alright, so you are all leaving your own brand new footprint on this matrix. And one of the biggest lies that must come down is Africa, because they make it the motherland and they tell you it was the first and everything came from there. And that's a lie. Alright? Let's look at it. Africa. Africa. They tell you it's the birthplace of Homo sapiens, where all human life started in Africa. That's what they teach us in school. They say certain human beings could not take the sun, so they didn't even say sun. Like, they just said certain human beings started migrating. And they went to colder climates. So this is the reason they have lighter skin pigmentations. Who is they? They being the human beings. You know, they were saying that the reason black people have dark skin is because they were in Africa, closer to the sun, which is a goddamn motherfucking lie. All right? But this is what they were saying, though, in school, that, I'm going to keep repeating it, black people have dark skin. It was two theories on where black people and Latino people received their dark pigment from. Theory number one was that Africa is the motherland of all, birthplace of all, and the center of all, and that certain human beings migrated away from Africa toward Europe, where it was colder at, and the further they got away from the sun, the lighter their skin tones became. All right. This is one of the lies floating around out there. Even now, still to this day. The other one is the curse of Ham. The curse of Ham is in religion, where they say Ham was cursed because he wasn't righteous. So he was cursed, and his curse was dark skin. And they tell you in the Hebrew text that this is where black people received. This is why their skin is dark, because their skin is a curse. This is what is taught in religion. Reflections. Bear with me now. Africa is all we know. You go up to any black person in America, if they are semi-woke, they gonna be pointing back to Africa. That's the birthplace of all civilization, which is a fucking lie. The landmass right here known as Africa is not the birthplace of all civilization. Because we come from Sirius star system. So we created our ancestors, your ancestors created all these planets, and many of you created these different planets and realities and galaxies. So Africa, the landmass they call Africa, was never the center of all. Not even on this realm. The center of all on this realm is North America. Farthest and strongest energy point. It's in what we call present-day North America. Everything they teach you is in reverse. History is told in reverse. Left is literally right, right is literally left. Left is literally right, right is literally left. Up is literally down, down is literally up. This is how they keep you off balance. By telling you everything is the complete opposite of what it truly and really is. So why did the oppressors want to hide the truth about Africa from us? Because like I say, when you ask any of us what we know about Africa, all we know is that that's where we supposed to come from. And that when we was over there, we were living like savages. They don't credit us with no major contributions to medicine, science, mathematics, quantum physics, metaphysics, and just us being galaxy creators in general. We know nothing about this part of our legacy, of our ancestry, of our species. We know not what we are today. We know not anything about this landmass that they call Africa. And that is by design. Because Africa is hiding a lot of important information that connects a lot of dots to who and what we are and what took place on this planet. Okay? So, pre-1492, these invaders came to our planet through portals in the Caucasus Mountains. When they landed, they entered through modern-day Russia, through portals in modern-day Russia and Germany. The Caucasus Mountains regions is still over there to this day. And these Pleiadians and these human beings entered our realm through these portals. When they entered our realm, when we went to war with them, causing us to fall in frequency, we became very tribal just to survive. We weren't tribal naturally. We used it as a survival mechanism for our species. The united we stand, divided we fall concept started with that. During the great invasion of 1492, when the Pleiadians and these human beings and these reptilians invaded our planet through portals in the Caucasus Mountains. Okay? You have to understand that we were vibrating at a frequency so high that many of the things that if I was to discuss it and go into detail, it completely defies the laws of physics. The things that you are capable of doing, your DEA is capable of doing. Your avatar is literally like the same thing that Black Panther suit can do on Black Panther, which is absorb kinetic energy and then release it back into his atmosphere after absorbing all the kinetic energy, then turning it and using it. Your bodies are able to do that. You are the vibranium that they talk about in Black Panther. That's the DEA. In Black Panther, they call it vibranium. In real life, they call it DEA. Neuromelanin. Carbon. Okay? So, it wasn't always called Africa. Okay? That was just land. So try to remember the planet for what she was. Just a huge, beautiful realm. Without any titles or any markings to say what land is what. States, cities, towns, planets, all these come with markings, cutoff points, restrictions. Okay? So, let's talk about before the invasion when Zeus was down here. Okay? Pre-Africa. So this landmass wasn't called Africa at this time when Zeus was here. When Zeus was here, Zeus was going to Madagascar. Hold on, let me pull it up on a map. So let's go to the map. Okay, here we go. You see, this Africa land that we know as Africa today, it's not shaped like this. Okay, somewhat like this, but not quite like this. But this little island that's now called Madagascar always set off not too far from the main land of present day Africa. And this little island of Madagascar was Zeus's science lab. This is where he had his lab at, where he was doing all these experiments because he wasn't mixing amongst us when he was doing this. He was dipped off on his own little section, his own little island, not too far from inland. But this same island is mentioned in the Bible, okay? It's called the Island of Patmos in Revelations. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Check it out. Okay. Patmos Island is a small Greek island in the Aegean Sea. It is perhaps best known today as the location the disciple/apostle John received the visions found in the book of Revelation. All right. So, basically, they call it the island of Patmos in the Bible. But in real life, this landmass was present-day Madagascar. Okay? This used to be Patmos. It's Madagascar today. All right, but this is where Zeus had his science lab at. So let's just get a feel for Africa, because Africa is important because of that landmass. All right? But it was never richer in soil than the current day landmass of North America, which is not the United States. This is why they made it their hub. This is why they made it headquarters when they landed. Because there's more nutrients in North America, more resources in that soil, and North America is bigger than Africa. Even though on the map they show you Africa bigger than North America. More lies to keep your ass confused. They made us fall in frequency. So they don't want us remembering no truth. And the reason, in present-day Madagascar, that's where Zeus was first warned to stop trying to create this new species that later became human beings. You got to understand, Zeus was a mad scientist. Like, he became obsessed with mixing animals with other beings. He was heavy into eugenics, with a lot of pride and heavy into himself. So when he was in this little science lab in present-day Madagascar, this is where he was given that warning. And this is why in the Bible they call it Revelation. They say this is where John received the book of Revelations. Okay? Now, it's important to know that about this landmass they call in Africa. Also, it's important to note that Arizona, which I got a lecture coming up on this, leads to the back of what's considered today South Africa. All right, so when you pop through Arizona, you end up right here, South Africa. Okay, and that's why they even show you this little land connector, because this is really the same connection of this land down here. Mexico not even this wide. Okay, and there's way more land. This land strip is thicker than this because it's Africa, and then it still leads to Central America. You got the land curves. It's more land that curves out toward the Pacific Ocean. All right, the land on this map, they just show the land curving inland toward the Atlantic Ocean. You see it? To hide from you the true connection of Africa and its shape and the way it looks. All right. So now let's pull something up real quick. I want to look at a few different tribes, right? Because there is no Africa, okay? Remember, Africa is named after a Roman general who defeated her, all right? Scipio Africanus. Let's pull him up real quick. Africanus. There you go. pull him up. So look, this Scipio Africanus, little peanut head ass. All right, he was a Roman general and later consul who is often regarded as one of the best military commanders and strategists of all time. His main achievements were during the Second Punic War. His greatest military achievement was the defeat of Hannibal, who was a black god, who they always want to show as a white man, but Hannibal was a black god. Okay? So when Scipio Africanus defeated Hannibal at the Battle of Zama, this is when Europe rewarded Scipio by giving him the landmass of Africa, which wasn't called Africa, and he named it after himself, Africa. All right? So let's keep that in mind now. All right? Let's keep that in mind now. All right? When we talk about Africa, we're not Africans. We can never be Africans, and our people over there can never be African. So, what was over there before these oppressors came and enslaved us? What was going on in Africa? And to really find out, you're gonna have to go and look at the top 9 tribes. It's more than this, but these 9 different tribes are the biggest tribes in Africa. All right, we're gonna look a little bit into them. They are the biggest tribes in Africa. Hold on, let me pull something up on Google real quick. But yeah, these are the biggest tribes in Africa, y'all. We finna pull them up and look into them right now. These are the biggest tribes in Africa. All right, and the rest of the tribes came from these original 9. So these original 9 are the original 9 tribes that was over there. This is what they won't tell you. Hold on, y'all. Okay, we back. All right, so it's some tribes, man. All right, you got the Zulu. Okay, the Zulu. Let's look at the Zulu. These are strong tribes. These are all these tribes still hold ancient secrets. All right. To the metaphysics and things that we were doing on our planet. A lot of these ancient African tribes still access these portals and these gateways. All right. This is why everybody know people are always going to Africans for medicines and natural healing normally, right? Because they still practice that because it's still in the books and the chapters and the spells and certain things are still in rotation and in possession amongst the people over there. All right. So let's look at the Zulu tribe and see what they say. It said the Zulu people are the largest ethnic group and nation in South Africa, with an estimated 10 to 12 million people living mainly in the province. So the Zulu tribe is the biggest tribe in what they telling you modern day Africa is. The Zulu tribe is. They're the biggest tribe. But they also one of the most fiercest. Remember, the Zulu tribe is the home of legendary chief Shaka Zulu himself. Okay? So the Zulu tribe was given the Spanish conquistadors hell. All right? And they gained their respect through that. And there was more Zulu people, it was more Zulus than it is today. You know, many died in battles. And they could not still defeat the Zulu after Shaka because the Zulu were using different. They was using spell magic. They was into that, and they still are to this day. So they were later tricked out of the land that they had, even though to this day they still live amongst it. But they were later tricked through spell work on a higher frequency, a little more powerful. I'm not gonna say on a higher frequency, but a more powerful spell. All right, but these people are still disliked. The Zulu tribe is still disliked to this day. They still having conflicts with British and the Europeans, regardless. All right, so that's one of the nine. Let's look at another one. The Yoruba. All right. Why am I pulling these tribes up? Because these are the original 9. This is what you got to know. You need to go study them. The Yoruba. All right. All of these tribes have special abilities and things that they could do. All right. So, the Yoruba people are an ethnic group that inhabits Western Africa, mainly the countries of Nigeria, Benin, and Togo. All right? The Yoruba make up about 35 million people in Africa. Yoruba children, a little picture of Yoruba children right here. But the Yoruba, all right, these individuals are some of the most advanced individuals, like some of the most powerful tribes. All right, come to the Yoruba for spiritual guidance. This tribe is a very advanced tribe when it comes to certain technologies and things like this, and this is what the elites try to hide about these individuals. They always want to show you. They show these tribes. They want to show them fucked up, surrounded by lions. They want to show them intense. You know, they want to. Sometimes sometimes they'll even have actors. They'll go out there and have actors act like they're these people and take pictures of them and then put up a caption that says this is the Yoruba, knowing that the average person in America not gonna go find out if it's real or not. Okay, but they hide these tribes. Even though these tribes are known, they are still hidden. All right, they are still hidden for who they truly are. They lie about all of them. All right, so we got the Himba and the Sand people. The Sand people is where the Asians come from. All right, the Sand people is where the Asians come from. If you did not know, look at them, all of them. All right. So when you talk about the Himba, you talking about these tribes are into fire bending. All right. But when you look them up, they won't tell you that. On YouTube, on Google, all it says is the Himba are known for their red matted braids, which are painstakingly made by mixing animal fat, ash, and ground ostre, a stone found locally. Right. Because that's not what is made. That's not what they're doing it for. All right. But yeah, the Himba is another very powerful tribe, all right, that you need to look into. The Himba people, all right? These are powerful tribes over there on that landmass that they want to call Africa. Now, the Sand people, all right, this is where Asians come from, all right? The real Asians, the real Asiatic people are black people. All right, the original Asiatics are black people. All right. Let me show you the Sand real quick. This the Sand people right here. Look. This is where Asians get their features from. All right, the Sand people, another one of the top 9 powerful tribes. These are all the originals. So that means before, these are the tribes that originally fell to that tribe, to those 9 tribes to protect that part of the land that we now call Africa after the fall. All right, that's why these tribes are still the biggest to this day and very powerful tribes that they don't mess with. But this is where Asians get their features from, the Sand people. All right, the Sand people. And look at them. Don't they look Asian? Don't you see the features? Don't y'all see the features? Look at them. Y'all don't see the Asiatic features? This is where Asians get their features from. All right? The Sand people, they call them the Sand Bushmen. All right? But this is one of the most advanced African tribes. This is us, black people. All right? And we never looked at one color. We always had many different colors, and we was many different pigmentations always through our history. Okay? But the Sand people are the original some of the Sand people migrated into what is present day Asia, and they became later known as the original Asiatics. This is where your Vietnamese come from, your Filipinos come from. All those are related to the Sand. All right, so they are black. This is why in Asia they don't show no love to the Filipinos or the Vietnamese people. None of them. They treat all them horrible. All right, but if you Chinese or Japanese, you good. All right, but yeah, this is the Sand people right here, though. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, this is what Asians get their features from. All right, because the original Asiatics are these Filipinos, and then when Zeus started creating his different forms of human beings, he already had different strains from different tribes that he had saved when he was the head scientist. Look at them. You see nothing but Asian features. Look at her. They black. They black though. Would you think this is an African tribe? Look at her. Look at them features. You see the eyes? Look at him. You would think they was Asian. See what I'm saying? They always trying to hide history from us. You see what I'm saying? This is what Asians get their features from. And even when they showing them looking like this is us after the fall. They didn't look like this originally. And this is what I want to highlight too. Notice how all these powerful tribes, when we pull up images of them, they're going to show them in these worn down, torn down states, because that's the state they want to show them in. All right? They have slaughtered us all over the planet. All right? And it's a consistent slaughter. But look at them. See them features? Look at that. This is where Asians get their features from. But you can't tell they ass nothing. They think they got that shit on their own, y'all. No. Black people created everything, man. Literally. We gave y'all them features too, Asians. Zeus, still in strands. Still in DEA strains. Alright? To create the Asian race. And then those other humans mixing in with those Sand Bushmen who later became Filipinos and Vietnamese. Alright? So yeah, it gets deep. Shall I continue? All right, the Maasai, very interesting tribe. These are all. You got to get familiar with these tribes. I hope y'all taking notes so y'all can do more research on your own. These are very powerful tribes that was here pre-invasion. This the Maasai. They are known for their jumps. They known for jumping. All right. Very tapped into the DEA. They definitely, hold on, let's pull them up. Let's look at one of their rituals. So, remember, this is us after the fall, y'all. But these innate abilities, they still show you the abilities dumped down. All right, but the Maasai, they tapped into their DEA on a whole different level. Ancient secrets. It's just ancient secrets. They also are known to be able to use teleportation, levitation. The Maasai tribe over here in Africa, and what they call it Africa. Look at this. Look at this.
The vertical leap has long been used as an assessment of
Why is
power
he
and
out there?
athleticism. But in Maasai communities, one tribe person's ability to jump.
We don't want to. What a mute button, man. We just want to see it. We just want to try them jump.
Traditional Maasai dancing looks a lot like jumping. A circle is formed, and one at a time, warriors jump as high as they can. More than a competition, however, jump dancing provides an opportunity to bond with tribesmen, flirt with girls, and even compete with neighboring Maasai communities. The highest jumper of the community often becomes the hunt leader. A crucial accumulating livestock rather than consuming it is common practice. This means
when they show us in this light, they're how you thinking that this is what we've been doing over here, feeding goats.
That the milk of the animal plays a huge role in the Maasai diet.
Milking goats. This the light they want to show to me now. And I'm guaranteeing you these paid actors right here. You feel me? But the Maasai, very powerful tribe, and I told you what they known for doing. Some of the things they known for doing. All right? Stay focused though. Let's stay focused though. All right? You got the Karo. Let's look them up. Hoping y'all taking notes, these 9 different tribes. All right? See what they say about them on here. Okay, so notice though, that's why I'm going to Google. I don't want to say nothing. I just want to see, because they ain't gonna never give us our props, y'all. So let's look at what they lying about. And even when they lying, they still giving these certain 9 tribes props. And the way I'm pointing these 9 tribes out to you tonight, they not gonna point them out to you in that format. You know what I'm saying? And when they do, they're not gonna let you know why they are these as big as they really are. It was never no Africans over there on that landmass. It was all tribes. And these are the tribes, the Zulu, the Maasai. These are the tribes that was there. These are the guys and goddesses that took on tribal names that was already over there once the war took place. And over here we took on tribal names. So over in Africa, we're not, there's no such thing as Africa. It's a lie. Right? This realm is Atlantis. We are Atlanteans and Anunnaki gods and goddesses. Okay? So on the present day landmass of Africa, you had the Zulu, the Karo, the Maasai. Different tribes. Over in present day North America, you had the Cherokee, the Illinois. You had, so we were tribes. That's why it's called the real history of Africa, because I want to tell the real story of the continent. Okay. And what it was used for, it was really where Zeus was conducting all his bullshit at. This why in his world, in his matrix, he makes Africa the mother of all and says she has all the resources. When in reality, that keeps everybody looking at Africa when he doing all the dirt over here in North America, and that's where everything's at. All right, so the Karo tribe are arguably naturally artistic. They are known for their alluring and intricate body and face painting. They decorate their faces and bodies with using chalk and natural minerals. But they do more than that. You see what I'm saying? They do more than that, y'all. But this is what they limit them. This is what they limit them to. Face painting. But they don't even know the true reason they paint themselves the white and black. But yeah, so this tribe, all right, is a tribe that was one of the first tribes that were able to come into certain different type of technologies, a la Wakanda vibes, all right, that allowed them to access certain dimensions within the realm. Understanding metaphysics at a far different rate than these oppressors, they use the face paint and the body paint for the vibration of the colors. Because they do a lot of moving between different realms. All right? They also are the same tribe that like to come chastise your soul for what it did in the past life. You know, you have a lot of people that say they seen visions of Africans when they had negative spirit experiences with spirits. All right? But what they was really dealing with was the spirit and souls of individuals from this tribe right here. And that's their job in the astral planes, to make those souls who didn't get all their karma in their last life, make sure they get it in this one. Okay? So, a very, very powerful tribe when it comes to using magic too. But that's what I'm saying. They're not saying none of this shit on Google though. But this is the Karo though, man. They just gonna play them like that. Make them just saying they just known for painting their faces, y'all. They're just some face painters, guys. They're just a bunch of face painters. All right. All right. I want y'all to see about this tribe. All right. So, this is the collision people. All right. And I was looking on Google for, they in Kenya, right? They in Kenya, in Tanzania, around that area. And that's also where that president was killed at, in Tanzania, because he didn't want to enforce the vaccine. All right. So it's very powerful energies in this landmass where these collision people are. Let me get some pictures on them. All right. Because Google ain't telling me enough about them. I know exactly who they are, what they do, but I'm trying to see if they going to speak about them. All right. All right, so, let me get y'all this so y'all can see how they look. All right, so here we go. I do not like when we pull up pictures of them because they try to show us in the worst states. You see them? This is how they want us to look. Great tribes of royalty. Look how they got them looking on YouTube. It's all by design. All right, but these tribes are the ones that created linguistics. This is the tribe that created the alpha-beta system that we later gave to the human beings, the Collision tribe. They created the alpha-beta system. All right, they were the part of us that created the alpha-beta system, that group of us that did that. And even to this day, they still supreme with linguistics, being able to, I think they speak over 100 different languages amongst their tribe or something like that. But yeah, very intelligent individuals. But they'll never get them the credit for that. All right. Now we got the Chaga, we got the kosher. I'm gonna let y'all look up the Chaga on your own, but let me show y'all the kosher though. All right, so hold on. So this tribe right here ain't no joke. It's the kosher. I'm trying to see if I can find some good stuff on it, but it ain't no joke. All right. They also were known to play with dark magic not dark magic, but possess superhuman abilities, and so the European slave settlers called it, and be very advanced in different forms of high energy magic. I wouldn't say dark magic because they're not using it for bad. So it's not dark magic. All right. But it's a lot of them, though. All right. It's a lot of them. They're in South Africa, Zimbabwe. All right. And this is a very powerful tribe. I want y'all to look. Every tribe that I'm telling you all tonight, I want y'all to look more into it. That's why I'm not like diving too deep into the tribe. I'm just getting to the point that needs to be said. And, you know, I want y'all to dive more and sit with it yourself. Because these tribes, this is all us, though. You need to hear all these different histories and hear what they, and hear and see the connection point. All right, so I want y'all to look this tribe up too. I hope y'all taking notes. All right, so let's jump here real quick. I want to show y'all these 3 great portals of Atlantis and where they located at. And this is what makes Africa so important to the elites. All right. So on this planet, right, on this realm, we have 3 great portals that are natural to the planet, which is and these are our main 3 highways to get onto this planet. Now, this is why the Pleiadians and draconian reptilians snuck onto our planet through portals in the Caucasus Mountains. They came out through the Caucasus Mountains because that's like a little tunnel hole backway that they created. Our original 3 portals are, the main one is in present-day North America. They built the United States over it. All right. The second one, present-day Africa, because Africa is really right here. It goes like that. All right. And the third one is in the UK. This is why they made the UK, Germany, Poland, all that sits right over the third portal. All right. And these portals are all connected triangularly. You got North America, then to Africa, and then all the way across to the UK, forming like a slight triangle. All right, but this is a very important thing to understand, because they built land over these portals, all right, as another way of hiding them and when they seen that they couldn't access these portals, then they try to seal them off. But these portals are still there as well. But when you talking about Africa, remember, Africa don't exist. You're talking about the landmass, all right? And now you need to know who was on that landmass, and that's why those tribes got mentioned, all right? The exact tribes that make up what is known as Africa, all right? So we getting a real understanding on the real history of Africa right now. You know what I'm saying? Like its placement, where it's located at. You know, how it came about, how it even became called Africa. All right. Now, we also had Amazonians because South America was right next to Africa. The map, it don't look like this. South America was right next to Africa. It really is still right now. So you got the Amazonian rainforest down in South America, and you got some Amazonian rainforest in Africa. But by people that know Africa is close to South America, they got to stick this all the way across the ocean. You wouldn't even think twice about that. So, why is that important? Because we had a powerful warrior race called the Amazonian warriors, the Amazon warriors, and they were a race of all goddesses. All right, and they lived in the Amazon rainforest, and they were completely wiped out. They were completely wiped out by the Spanish conquistadors and their greed. So, I'm pausing because I want y'all to really pull in what I just said to y'all now. We're looking at this map, and the map don't look nothing like this. Okay? So, if somebody in history that they want you to respect by the name of Alexander the Great. All right? But he is the one who they said conquered the whole known world. But Alexander the Great ain't do nothing but kill off all our people. Our people was what he conquered and killed. He the ones that helped them get all of present-day Russia, Asia, everything. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the main fucking hierarchy human beings that was, doing damage in the war to help conquer this planet. And this is why he is called Alexander the Great to this day. But one of his greatest achievements, Alexander the Great, was what he did to the Amazonian warrior. What he did to the Amazonian warrior race. Let's go back to the map. When they say Alexander the Great conquered the whole known world, that means he went and killed and enslaved people everywhere. He's working all through here. All right. Now, this is why I pulled up this map earlier. Because you need to know how your planet looks. And this is how the planet really looks. All right. It's composed of 9 realms. So the whole planet is called Planet Kai or Planet Tiamat. But it then has 9 realms. It got Asgard, which I spoke to you about Asgard, which is true. But it's black people. They're not white people. You got Midgard, which is considered Middle Earth, which is where we are located right now. You have, on that same realm, you got the home of the fire giants and demons. That's a fact, even though they call them a different name on here. You got the home of the light elves. Those are the good ones. All right. The crazy thing is this is supposed to be Norse mythology, but this is exactly how the different realms are made up of, these different entities. All right. Then you got in the other realm, you got home of the veneer. In another realm, you got the giants. In another realm, you got it's just icy cold and fog, and the dark elves created that as a chamber capsule for where they do a lot of their scientific experiments at. All right, because they don't like to come onto our realm and do it. All right, you got home of the dishonorable dead, the trouble, which are the troubled spirits and souls, and then you got the home of the dwarves. All right, so the different planets the different realms on our planet is set up similarly to that, not just like it, but real similar to it. All right, so it's important for you to get familiar with these different realms because Africa itself is one big portal. Where Africa is at, that's a huge portal. Where North America is at, North America is a portal and a landing ship and a landing zone, which is why they was able to land and do what they did later on. Like, yeah, they did some damage on us, but they will not win the war. They will not win the war. So you need to know this history of Africa. You know, how it came about and was only 9 tribes. All right. The rest of the tribes are just tribes that came from those original 9. You need to know that these realms exist. These different realms exist because this is why there is no Africa. That you live on a realm. This realm, that's what I told y'all. You see it? This realm is Atlantis. And this is us in the middle. And these are the ice rings that they be telling us is Antarctica. All right. So you live on a realm. The realm you live on is Atlantis. So Atlantis is called Earth on here. So this is Atlantis. Then you got the other 8 realms around you. And above you got realms to your left, realms to your right, realms above you, realms below you. You are surrounded by realms. Surrounded by realms. Get a good look at it. You got realms everywhere. You got realms above you. This us. You got a realm above you, Asgard. You got a realm below you, reward of ice and fog. Then on your exact realm, you got to the east. You got the veneer. Then behind them, you got the light elves. Then you got the realm of dark fire. Then you got the home of the dwarves. And then when you go down here, you know, you got the home of the giants. And then you got right below you, the world of ice, fog, and mist. And then to the right, you got home of hell. So you got all these realms all around you. This is what the tree is depicting. And you're connected to all of them. They're all connected. That's why they all sit on different branches connected to one tree. All right. So you are on planet Tiamat, planet Kai. But the realm you are on Kai is Atlantis. Know the difference. It's important for you to know the difference. It's imperative that you do. All right? Because they'll try to give so much credit to Africa and put the focus on Africa just to keep you from realizing you come from a whole nother universe. You are not from here. But they attribute they don't give you no credit for nothing you do because it's war. And if they do give you credit, they send you back to Africa. They'll never send you back home. They'll never point to them stars and say your true greatness. And that's the point of the lesson tonight. They will never do that. All right, they'll never tell you that about Africa and how it's a portal. They will never tell you that leads to other dimensions and that they are using it. Like, they won't tell you that. They won't tell you Arizona is the back of Africa. They won't tell you these things. Because these things helps to empower you and awaken you. They don't want to show you them Sam Bushman people. They don't want you to remember your connection. They don't want to show you how the realms are looking like this. They rather show you a false map to keep you boxed into the illusion. There is no Africa. There is no Africa. Only land that was stolen and unfairly claimed. But there is no Africa. There are no Africans. Only gods and goddesses. 9 ether beings. Some of your most powerful gods and goddesses are right on that landmass they call it Africa. And that landmass is not too far from you here in America. It's not all the way across the ocean like you think. Get familiar with the realms, though, so you can realize the real history of Africa. The real history. Before they came and killed off our ancestors was living great there. They killed off Hannibal, one of our greatest generals, just to get that land that they now call Africa. Remember who you are. Peace to the guys of the planet Kai. I'll see y'all tomorrow right here. We right back for class tomorrow about the 5th ocean. See y'all tomorrow. Go look at the tribes. Now we rise. One.